Hello YouTube. We're here with new Nike match ball, Nike Flight or some shit like that. I don't really remember. Yeah, Nike Flight ball. And as far as like, I think it retails for like 160. Yeah, I think it's 160. I got them off of I tried looking on soccer.com, but they were sold out. I got them at upper90.com, I think. Shout out to soccerreviewsforyou.com for hooking it up with his coupon code. You guys should probably check him out. He has like discount codes, and he always updates where stock is available. Because I know, when these came out, I think they were like sold out for a couple weeks. And I looked all over like U.S. retailers and I couldn't find them. But now I have my hands on them. And as far as how it looks, it does look really weird. I'm sure you guys know that from the pictures online. It looks like a golf ball slash volleyball. Like if they had a baby and then they had this thing. That's literally what it looks like. As far as how it looks like in the sun, it's got like an iridescent kind of finish. So it's like purpley blue. It looks like a pearl. That's like the best way I could describe it. It's a really beautiful ball. I almost don't even want to use it. It looks that nice. In hand, these are all pumped up. I have two of them here today. The ridges are kind of deep. They're deeper than I thought they would be. I don't even know how this was allowed in terms of like approved to be an official soccer ball, because these grooves are deep. I would say they're like, I don't know, it's like tread on, it's like little tread like on a bike tire, like a car tire or something. The grooves are pretty deep. So as far as how this got approved to be an official match ball for the upcoming season, I am kind of shocked or surprised. But if we look back at the Merlin last season, we kind of saw this coming. It had like grooves also, and I got a couple of those too. As far as how they compare, they kind of feel like they're made out of the same material. I don't have the actual information on it, like official information. I'm just some dude, but they feel similar, they smell similar. That new ball smell is exactly the same, plasticky material. This ball supposedly has an ACC finish or coating. I don't know if the Nike Merlin did. Yeah, it did. If we look back at older iterations of Nike match balls, here we have the Insight, I think. What's this called? Yeah, Nike Insight from 2014, 2015. Their balls have come a long way. Used to be like panel stitching, like a regular kind of soccer ball. So the balls have evolved now, and they look pretty different. There's no paneling. I think these are thermal bonded. I mean, there's no stitching. The panels are thermally bonded, and they're not like a bunch of like panels either. It's like just major ones. Not every pentagon on the ball that you can make out is an actual panel. As far as flight, I feel like, well, anything besides the Jabulani was kind of hard to knuckle, but any ball that kind of has stitching, right? The stitching itself allows for the ball to have a predictable flight pattern and break the air to allow the ball to have, you know, the spin or the flight that you want it to have, or that you impose on it. The panel and the little gaps that the stitching of the panels together, they allow that to happen on a ball. And when the Jabulani came, they thermally bonded the panels. There was no stitching, so it made it almost a perfect sphere, and that didn't rip the air as well. So you had a lot of knuckling and stuff like that, weird movements in the air. Now when we go to Nike balls in the present, the panels are also thermally bonded, but compared to when they were stitched together, those grooves were existent when the panels were stitched. So that's the grooves that Nike wanted to kind of mimic without stitching, just thermally bonded the ball. And the grooves were placed now in other places where they could, I guess, basically add them wherever they wanted to. And with the Nike Flight, they have an aero sculpt technology or whatever that they call it, and it does more of that. So I suspect this ball would be harder to knuckle, but there are players out there or YouTubers out there who have already started knuckling this ball. I guess the whole point of it is that it won't knuckle if you don't want it to knuckle, right? So it has supposedly it has a 30% better flight direction and is 30% more accurate compared to the Merlin. And I'll test it out today. Me and my bro will test it out and we'll see what happens. But I mean, 30%, I'm not sure. That's a big jump. To be honest with you, all these balls are really good. I mean, I don't really knuckle anything just because I don't think it's efficient. And any real baller will tell you that knuckling is kind of overrated, especially in a competitive setting. I mean, if you got quality and you've got placement, I mean, knuckling is just kind of a waste of time to learn. But a 30% jump in accuracy and flight pattern, true flight pattern, to go from here to here, that's a big difference. That's a big jump. And I think this ball is really good. I don't think it's insanely better than this one, even though this one's like 4 years older or whatever, and is different assembly and technology. Is it way better than this one? I mean, I don't know. I don't really think it's way better. If you're a good soccer player, you have good technique, any ball is going to be great. So I guess if you have the money to spend, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have a soccer ball, and yes, they will last you 4 to 5 years, 4 to 5 seasons. So it is a good investment as opposed to buying a $20 ball every year, right? But I don't know. I think it's a good marketing ploy. I don't know if it's going to be 30% better than this one. This ball's great. I mean, these balls are great. Does the ACC really work on this ball? I mean, I don't think so. I don't know if ACC doesn't even really work on their cleats, but it's a good marketing, and I guess we'll see. I'll probably make a separate video kind of just telling you guys how it went and what this ball actually feels like. As I will say this though, these balls, which I expect these to be the same, I kind of want to just clump these in the same category, just because this technology is kind of very, very similar. They have a different pattern, but these ridges already existed on the Merlin, right? Maybe they just didn't market it well enough. But these balls compared to these balls are a lot pingier. You can really ping a pass a really good amount of distance, and the pass will get there fairly well, fairly strong with good speed. If I want to ping a pass maybe 40 yards out, I have confidence doing it with these balls. As opposed to these, I feel like the ball kind of dies out on its way there. It like slows down a lot, and these balls don't. But as far as curve and placement and stuff like that, I mean, all the balls do their job. But I will post an update video of these balls compared to these balls.